Hi everybody, Carrie here again. I've been invited recently to a couple of events and I have a training coming up. And sadly there are, I think there are like 7 weeks left in my school year, and I know in other parts of the country there are even fewer weeks left in the school year than 7, which is what we have here. So when I get these invitations to these really awesome events where I know I have a lot to learn, or when I'm told that I have to go to a training by my district or my administration, I always feel a little bit guilty for leaving my students in the classroom. We spend a lot of time all year building up that trust with them so that they can learn and we can be there to help them out. So how do you connect with your students even when you can't be in the classroom, but they are going to be there and sometimes they still need you? I have a couple of tips that have made me feel like I don't have to feel guilty anymore. So here they are. The first one is, of course, Google Drive. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples of how I've done this. In December this year, I went to a conference where I had to be away for a whole week and felt really daunting, but also felt like it was going to be a worthwhile experience for me. So the first thing I did is I told the students that there were a couple of essential questions that they were going to have to answer with their work over the course of the week that I was going to be out, and then I gave them the materials that they were going to need to answer those essential questions. But beyond that, I let them plan the lessons. So you can see this is Monday's plan. I created the Google document and I made all of them editors, and then we wrote the plan for the week together. So that's Monday and Tuesday, and it goes all the way through. Something else you'll notice is that in between the days, there are notes in blue and notes in purple. So at the end of each class, they took 5 minutes to go on the Google Doc and let me know their progress. And if they were falling behind, they let me know that too. And I responded each afternoon. So he says I should let them watch a movie. Actually, part of their choice was to watch some video clips. And so they totally did that. But they didn't want to spend all week just kind of sitting around doing nothing, because they're a good crew and they'd built good relationships with each other. But I appreciate the suggestion. But you can see the purple is me responding to them. And that way, if they fell behind, I could give them advice on either how to catch up or how to change their plan so that the week's tasks were still manageable for them. So that's one way. The other way that I've used Google Drive is if I was just going to be out for a day or two and the work was going to be more manageable, not like a whole week, I just set up a way for them to ask me questions. This day, the whole class was panicking because some of them wanted to go to the library to do some research during the class period and the sub said they couldn't. Unfortunately, I didn't see their answer until later that day, but they had that same sub the next day, and I told them to make sure that they could show the sub my message that they had permission to go to the library, so that problem was solved for the next day. So it wasn't like they were out of the library for 2 full days, even though they wanted access to those materials. So that's a really easy way to use Google Drive. You just have to set it up ahead of time, and the kids really feel like because they made the plan, they have ownership in what they're going to be doing while you're out. So the other one that's really awesome, and this is the one I've used when I've had to be out unexpectedly because it's really easy to whip up. This is when I have to be out, like when one of my children is sick. So, my child's sitting on the couch really sleepy. I feel guilty for not being in school, but I have to take care of them. So I'll set up a lesson for my students in eduCanon. So this is what eduCanon looks like, and once you log in, all you have to do is you choose a video that you like from anywhere, from Vimeo, from TeacherTube, from YouTube, from lots of different places. And then you use this platform, and there's a little demo playing right here where the students log into eduCanon and they play this video, and it stops at moments that you choose, and they're asked questions to make sure that they understand. And when they answer the questions, it tells them whether they got them right or wrong, and it tells them why so that they can learn what they're understanding and what they're not. The awesome part of eduCanon is that you can monitor the results live while you are at home. And they show what the monitoring screen looks like here. So you can see what they're getting right, what they're getting wrong. And that way, when I return to class the next day, I know what information I have to review and what information we don't even have to talk about. We can move on from because I know what they've learned and what they struggled with. So those are my 2 favorite ways to be there for my kids when I can't be in the classroom. We teachers deserve to have professional learning opportunities, and sometimes they're only really available during the school day or during time when we're normally in school. It doesn't mean that our kids have to suffer or sacrifice. It actually means that we can get creative with them and give them more say in what their learning experience is going to be. So that's it. See you tomorrow. Have a great one, everybody. Thanks for watching.